So if you've kept up with the news or been on Twitter in the last couple of days, then you've probably noticed a lot of people, creators like myself, talking about DMCA and just about how Twitch streamers are being dumb. The main story being Pokimane was banned on Twitch for watching The Last Airbender. And that's really not the issue of her being banned. The issue is that her and more of the top streamers have been just blatantly abusing DMCA and just pushing the boundaries of what they can legally can and can't get away with. And now while that bothers myself and other people, especially OG YouTubers, is because we've been through all this before on YouTube. We already know where this leads. It's not like Twitch is always like 5 years behind YouTube, like in their meta, right? Like right now, Twitch is in the, remember like edgy PewDiePie, like that's where they are, like pushing the boundaries of everything. And whenever everyone starts pushing the boundaries, companies that have these legal backings will start pushing back. Not saying they will, just the potential for them to is pretty high, and that just kind of makes everyone worried because maybe there could be another apocalyptic situation like the adpocalypse, or even more systems put in place to protect copyright holders. Now, if you don't know what DMCA is, it is the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. It was what was introduced, I believe, whenever Metallica and Napster had their big headbutt thing for sharing music online, and if everything was pirated, stuff like that. It's for these companies to be able to protect their intellectual property by going in and directly taking it down legally. It may be an old system and it may be very abused, but I can't imagine a situation, no matter who your favorite streamer is or who your favorite YouTuber is, I cannot imagine a situation where we push the boundaries and then the law is changed to be in favor of these people that are reaction channels like myself and Twitch streamers, and put them above the original owners of the content. I can't see that happening. I just can't see it happening. But to keep the spirit alive of Twitch reactions, we're going to pull up my boy here, my favorite Andrew WK cosplayer, Charlie, because he's already made an entire video about this. And every point that I wrote down, like I had my notepad out, I was writing down like what I wanted to say in the video. I even tweeted the Spider-Man joke, and then I watched through his video. He hits every point on the head and in much detail than I was going to. So we're going to watch through his video. I'll provide some extra commentary, so it's transformative, even though not really, because this is more of a watch party. And Charlie, if you're watching this, I love you, man. You're beautiful. Kisses.
I'm sure you've already heard the tragic news. You might still be in tears about it, and I'm not really here just to reopen the wound. Last night, Pokimane was banned from Twitch. She was banned for watching Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Who will I give my money to?
This DMCA was handed down by Viacom, the boogeyman of the internet. You do not want to mess with Viacom. If you even think you accidentally saw a clip of something Viacom owns, make sure that you scrub everything.
He is not wrong. So Viacom, don't play around. There's a couple of companies you don't mess around with. Viacom is definitely one, because he's going to talk about how Viacom actually sued Google and YouTube for $1 billion in a minute. You also don't mess with Konami. If you're playing a video game that even like pretends to have some Castlevania music in it, hang it up, because they're going to take everything. Nintendo used to be that way, but they've relaxed a little bit. Even though Nintendo's still a soulless corporation. And like Channel 4 News, the BBMC, yeah, there's several ones that you just don't touch their stuff. And it's kind of funny, Twitch streamers are blatantly pushing the boundary with DMCA, because not long ago, like maybe 6 months ago, there was some music labels that got or maybe one music label that got very aggressive with DMCA takedowns, and they started going after people's stuff, even like your old clips and things like that on Twitch. They were going after people, and everyone was freaking out. Everyone's scrubbing everything. Everyone's deleting everything that was old that could potentially have any music in it, because people were getting takedowns. And once you get 3 DMCA takedowns with a strike, then you're done. Like your channel's gone, because you're considered to be dangerous to the platform, and they get rid of you. The 3 strikes and you're out. And they went from everyone freaking out and being like, oh God, no, DMCA, to now that they're just like, yeah, well, let's watch whatever we want to watch and let's see what's going to happen. It doesn't really make any sense. It's pretty silly. But yeah, messing with Viacom It's no good.
Viacom alleged that YouTube was engaging in brazen copyright violations where they were profiting off of their copyrighted work with all of these creators uploading their material. But while YouTube may have won, creators still lost, because do you know what came as a result of this? The automated copyright system, which is still being abused and broken to this day.
Yeah, so their big lawsuit happens because everyone was just uploading whatever they wanted to upload and pushing it. And now we have the copyright system that everyone hates. Now, to be fair, legally, that system is saving everyone's bacon. People hate it because it is abused, but at the same time, it is like, it is protecting us more than creators like to let on. Like now, when someone sees that you're reacting to Dr. Phil, then Sony can go in there and they can claim it, because if they don't feel it's a transformative piece and fair use, which we'll get into later and explain more what that is, because people just don't understand what fair use is anymore. They can claim it and they will get the money from the video, and there's no lawsuits. Everything's good. They get the money that was earned and they're happy. They can even share the revenue. That doesn't happen very often, but I know like Dr. Phil, especially when we did those videos, it wasn't Dr. Phil that was claiming them. It was Sony because of the music that was in there, but they don't flat out claim everything. They share the revenue, but I don't know what percentage it's at. It doesn't tell me. It just says that we still get some money. So it always comes down to money in the end. Even the copyright system, back on Twitch, not that long ago, they had the hot tub meta where like girls were hopping in hot tubs and being in their bikinis, and you would go into just watching, which is like the biggest, had the biggest viewership on Twitch. And so most people click on that first because it's at the top, and you scroll down, you see these girls like writing names on their boobs and everything for people that subscribe to them. And so you'd stop and be like, what the heck is this? And click on it because it was a spectacle. So, I mean, YouTube has even been through that already. It was a little more extreme, but part of that led to the YouTube advertiser guidelines that we now have to follow, to where if you don't meet certain standards, then your ads that show on your video fall into a different tier, that your content is appropriate for that advertiser. So there was a lot of sexual stuff that was happening on YouTube, a lot of people using boobs in the thumbnail, but there was also people that were monetizing videos that were just outright racist, like white supremacist videos, which all that led to the adpocalypse. Several companies went in and were like, why are ads being shown on these videos? We don't want that. There's one on this person, this speed cleaning video where this lady is just pulling her butt cheeks out for the camera, and there's our ads are all over it for Sesame Street. We don't want that. And then there's this guy talking about white power over here in the Pepsi ad showing. And so that led to a lot of people pulling their ads, and now we have limited. If you make a video that doesn't meet the advertiser guidelines, you get limited ads. Your video surfaces less to certain people, and the advertisers you get are less. So that forces YouTubers, career YouTubers that make their money, to be more family friendly. So that's a system to take care of that, which you can't really do on Twitch, because most of the money that you get on Twitch comes directly from the people who watch you. Like they always make fun of the simps. That's the thing on Twitch, is your simps. They give you the money, and they give all this to you, because advertiser revenue on Twitch is pretty trash. And I guess it's for good reason, because it's like the Wild West over there. You don't like, there's no system to really protect anyone. It's just kind of left up to the creators to make the best choice, which is never the best choice, because they will always push the envelope, especially when they get to a larger size. It's like, I'm not trying to be like I know it all, but I've been doing this guided stuff for forever, and so is Charlie here. We both know this is just not good. It doesn't lead to anything good.
This situation's super similar to what's happening on Twitch right now, with creators brazenly engaging in copyright violations where they're knowingly broadcasting copyrighted work in their entirety. And they know full well and openly admit that it is a DMCA problem, and they just want to see how far they can push it. And when people bring up that this could have a bigger impact on the site than just their personal streams, they usually are just met with the streamer saying they don't really care. They'll just take the DMCA ban for 2 days and then be back like it's no big deal, which is a pretty selfish and silly take, because there is clearly a history they can look at to see how it negatively impacted the entire platform.
Yeah, it's also crazy to me that on Twitch, getting banned is usually a good thing for your brand. Like, take Pokimane for instance. Like, I'm talking about it, Charlie's talking about it, there's news articles talking about it, Twitter's blown up about it, and not just her, but the fact that she was banned for it kind of like spearheaded the whole thing. It's been going on for weeks of people just watching stuff, much like we do on my channel, but without really stopping it and talking about it, just flat out watching it. So whenever they get banned, they come back, their views are like tripled, like people are throwing money at them. Welcome back, it's so great. It happens over and over again with the large streamers. Like you can even take Dr. Disrespect for instance. Like he was banned several times for I think he like allegedly, I don't know if it was allegedly or what, he cheated on his wife and some other stuff. He got banned for it and he came back, he took a break and all this other stuff happened. He got banned on Twitch. Nobody even knows why. They can't talk about it because lawyers gagged it up. Who knows what happened, but he moved over to YouTube and is, bigger than ever. So it's interesting and almost a little sad to me that pushing the envelope and potentially ruining things for the smaller streamers is met with rewards of, yeah, you're a hero for some reason, but it is what it is, I guess.
I feel like Twitch might just revert to how it was back in like 2015, where they outright frown upon reaction content on their platform, where they don't really allow YouTube videos to be played and watched on Twitch.
And that's the best case scenario, honestly. That's if there's pressure put on and there's no lawsuit to where they revert back to just not letting people watch this stuff. I don't even think YouTube allows people to stream YouTube content. I may be wrong about that. I don't think it's allowed. One thing to bring up here, which I don't think Charlie covers, but with DMCA stuff, people ask like, well, why are video games okay? If video games are allowed, then why can't you watch shows? And it's just not the same thing. It's simply not. A show is like a static experience. Like the show has its own pacing. These things happen, bam, bam, bam. It happens the way it happens every single time you watch it, and the experience that you get from it is tailored to they expect a certain experience, like for you to have a certain experience. Now, gameplay is not a static experience. It's based very much on the player. Like the experience you have playing a game differs from someone else that played the game. There's like the replay value, stuff like that. It all depends on you. So it's your own experience. If you watch someone play a game, then that doesn't deter you from buying the game yourself in most cases. To where if you watched an entire movie, then why would you go buy the movie again you've already seen, right? That's kind of the concept and why that gameplay is more protected, because it is transformative inherently. It's just how it is.
YouTube as a streaming service already doesn't allow its streamers to watch YouTube content on there. Ludwig's been banned 3 times in a row for it.
Well, there you go.
Hey, what do you mean I can't watch my favorite streamer watch the new Spider-Man movie that they downloaded on the Pirate Bay and stream on Twitch?
That's the joke. I put that on Twitter and I went to watch this video and I was like, God dang. Charlie's on it.
I'd like to go ahead and quickly jump into the fair use debate and tackle that bad boy, because I see a lot of people defending this by saying this falls into fair use.
Listen, I gotta stop him right here, and I gotta say that people do not know what fair use is. Creators and viewers all together. There was this thing to where everyone was like, oh, it's fair use, especially when like the Viacom stuff happened and a lot of the content ID happened. People pushed back and claimed fair use. There's an extreme lack of understanding what fair use actually is, but I think Charlie's going to explain it pretty well here.
Fair use is a law that's lost all meaning to people on the internet. It has been bastardized beyond recognition. Fair use means less than the word literally now.
Literally.
Fair use is applicable when you're taking pieces of copyrighted content for critique, for review, for satire, for parody, but you can't just take the entire copyrighted work, like the entire Avatar: The Last Airbender show, and freely broadcast it to people that haven't paid for the service to watch it.
He's absolutely right. Like this video itself, even though I'm providing commentary, it's not truly it's not protected by fair use. We're just taking the whole video and watching through it, even if I've cut pieces out. And that's kind of my problem with the whole issue, is because this puts more eyes on the whole DMCA thing and the whole fair use thing. And I am very comfortable where I am with it right now, because what we do on my channel, what our reactions that we do on my channel, it's very much in like the huge gray area, to the point to where I can't legally defend it. Where if companies want to claim everything, then they can, and I can't really do anything about it. Like I go back and watch 90 Day Fiance. We're watching through like the clips, we're watching through the show. We're not going and doing like a thing like those guys do that do like bad movie reviews, where you go and like make a 10-minute video with like clips and like just talk about how bad the movie is, like an hour and a half long movie. No, we're watching through it and I'm talking along with you in certain points. And is it transformative? Yes, but also not really. Like if I did this same video, but in the background we had a Marvel movie, I would be done. I would be canned. I would be buried instantly. And they'll be like, oh no, it's fair use. No, it wouldn't be. Absolutely not. And so that's kind of the whole copyright, copyright claim, the ID system or whatever. That's the protection that it does provide, to where if there is a claimant that feels like I'm not providing enough commentary or whatever to the video, that they can claim it and get the money because I'm not really I'm not adding anything. I'm not like making it into something else. Like Charlie he could claim this video. He could claim it. He won't, because he knows. No, it's so, and like the Twitch streamers, like they're going through like watching. They were watching like Master Chef. They were watching things like The Last Airbender. No one was. I mean, some people were actually watching movies, but no one was like going after the big stuff. Like everyone was aware. Everyone knew they're not going to go watch Spider-Man. No one was gonna go that far, because they knew without a shadow of a doubt they were definitely going to get called on it. And I feel like they were just kind of hoping that maybe they could just sneak by and maybe everything would be all right, you know? And what else happens really here? Like there's a DMCA takedown. The people that are streaming it have made their money from Twitch subs and bits and all that. You know, that money is still made, and companies are aware of that. That's the thing. The more companies look at it, the more they're aware that this is being pushed and money is still being made, and they will get more aggressive. It was kind of funny with the Master Chef thing, because Charlie's going to talk about Master Chef, but Gordon Ramsay was on there, and he didn't know what Twitch was, and everyone was talking about how he doesn't know what Twitch is, ha, 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 ha. And like XQC tweeted him, and then someone that worked for Gordon Ramsay replied to him, and everyone was like, oh yeah, this is cool. And then not even a week later, I think it was at Fox, there was a DMCA takedown for people that were reacting to Master Chef on Twitch. So it's not like I don't know, man. It's like I don't know what they're thinking is going to happen. Like, oh, you know, Gordon Ramsay doesn't own any of that. He doesn't own any of it. It's not him claiming it. It's the companies. And when the companies realize you're doing it, they're going to claim it. Anyway,
every streamer was losing their minds about the DMCA because of music, where they'd have like copyrighted music that would play in the background and they get a strike or banned for it. So everyone deleted all their clips and scrubbed their VODs. And now fast forward to today, where they're openly encouraging DMCA to like enforce rules on the Twitch platform against them. I don't get it.
It's dumb. It's really dumb. And who knows, maybe in the future there will be like a big case and creators will come out on top and we'll be praising how big of like geniuses they are. But for now, it's just stupid.
Up until like 2 weeks ago, that's just been the understanding streamers have had with Twitch. Like, hey, we know that you're giving us a lot of leeway with what we're allowed to watch on Twitch, so we'll return the favor by being smart about what we're actually watching on stream.
That's the number one mistake, is any platform thinking that their creators will be smart about that. They always want to push the envelope, and that's why there's so many systems in place now that keep YouTubers in check. And some people still go beyond what they should do, and then they get punished for it, and they're always like, they villainize YouTube for my I didn't get ads in my video, and it's like, well, you know, you shouldn't have did this. Like even on my channel, the word predator, we do To Catch a Predator videos. If I put the word predator or Chris Hansen in the title, it's flagged on my channel to automatically limit the ads on that video. So you know, it's not like a blanket problem. Like anyone else can put the word predator in their video and it'll be fine, but since they know that I upload To Catch a Predator videos and those aren't considered exactly advertiser friendly in some situations, that they automatically have the flag on my channel for those keywords and will limit the ads. And that's to try to keep me from being like too much with it, right? Like going too far with it. And it does. I mean, I gotta work around that, and it's just part of it. And for Twitch to do something like that, I don't know, it'd be a lot harder since the content is live, and that all the claims that are made against streamers are reactively, like it's after the stream is already going, and it's a lot harder on Twitch to handle it. So they'll have to do something if it continues to go, to stop it from happening to begin with.
Again, might not happen. I'm just saying it could. Either way, it's pretty obvious that this is a pretty bad idea overall, and something that I wanted to talk about because it would affect me.
Exactly. That's the thing. It's not just them pushing the envelope. It could potentially affect everyone. So if you're a Twitch streamer and you're watching this, then you're doing this. Stop it. Just stop it. Don't ruin everything for everyone. Jeez, YouTubers already have tried to ruin it, and we got put in check. And now you're going to go at it? Come on. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of the video. It's a pretty important topic that I wanted to like just talk about and vent about a little bit, because I'm kind of just angry about the whole thing, and it makes me feel more vulnerable in my own business that this is actually happening. And it's, as Charlie says in the video, it seems like it's a pretty bad idea, and it's just absolutely stupid. So thank you guys very much for watching. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday. Stay toasted, my friends, and I love you. We'll see you next time.